Hey everybody, it's me, Sean. Welcome to a brand new Let's Play series with a brand new game, Depraved. Depraved is an Old West city builder, as you might be able to guess. Well, the Old West part anyways. This is a very early access game, Alpha 1.05. It is not available for purchase yet, but it will be soon. It is on Steam, so you can wishlist it if you're interested. But the developers were kind enough to send me a copy of it. I've been watching this game for quite a while, and I'm pretty excited about it. And I got to tell you, I've played about an hour or so of it, and I'm really impressed with what they have so far for a game that is this early in development. So let's go ahead and start a new game. You can see you get a little map here with your map ID. Now, I started a map on this, and it looks pretty good. The maps are a little funky. They're not bad, don't get me wrong, but you do want to kind of, once you play it a little bit, you kind of figure out what you want to avoid. Like, I don't really know what this white stuff is, but you don't want that like where you're going to build your city. And you kind of want to build your city near the railroad and the river. So like we have a nice little spot right here, and then we have good grassy area that I hope we can expand into as time goes on. So we're going to go ahead and start with this map and see how it turns out. As you can see, the location of your first settlement is really important. You need building materials as well as good ground for water and food. So that's what I was looking at there. Now, the maps are really large. Wow, jumped right into it, huh? Um, uh, so we start with our little settler wagon here, and we'll just take a look around the map. There's our river. There's the edge of the map. And we can see our river's going to come around here. So we're looking at our starting area, like right in here. We've got some bison, we've got some boar wandering around. There's trees, there's a quarry, some more boars. Okay, we do want to watch out for bears because bears will attack our colonists, and that's no fun. What is that, deer? Yeah. I think deer might also attack our colonists. One thing I've found is until you get a doctor, if your colonist gets attacked, it's basically a death sentence. It might take a while, but they will die eventually. They can't really bandage themselves without doctors. So we've got a bunch more bison down here. And anyways, the point of what I'm trying to show you here we get this weird, what is that, snow or like a salt flat? I don't know. And you can't really hover over it and have it tell you. But it's not important. I don't remember what I was trying to say here. The map is huge. There's our railroad, and trains will come by, and I haven't figured out how to interact with trains yet, but I imagine that's something that you need a larger town than I've been able to have in order to interact with them. And somehow I lost, there's our little guy right there. Great. So anyways, big map. We start with our settler wagon. Let's get them moving over to here, and we'll build our little colony right in here. We start out with our town hall. I guess our wagon needs to be nearby, so we're gonna wait a minute. While we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and pour myself a nice hot beverage. I've got some coffee right here by my desk. It's nice early in the morning. Regular viewers might have noticed that I am not making as many videos as I used to, and that is true. Work has been really busy, and I've been trying to get some good exercise in, and I've made a friend or two at work, so I've been spending time with them. So, yeah, I still really enjoy making videos, but I have had to cut back, so I apologize for that. But that doesn't mean I don't still appreciate everybody who watches, and as a matter of fact, I did make some changes to my Patreon page if you've ever stopped by there. Nothing too major, but basically everybody now is eligible for their name in the game. So if you would like to get your name in the game, go by my Patreon page at patreon.com/vanillapcstrategy. Whatever, there's a link in the description. So we're gonna go ahead and name this town after my original viewer, my oldest viewer, my good friend Many Crossing is what we'll call it. There we go. And we've got a bunch of settlers here, and I'm going to take a moment and name all of them as well. Right, well, I thought I was going to name all of them, but it turns out you can't rename your colonists, so I guess Many is the lucky one for this series. He's going to have his name in here. but he deserves it. He's been around forever, been very supportive. I really appreciate it. So we're going to start. We've got our town hall, which I've placed already. This is basically for trading and stuff. It's like our town center. It's what you need. We also start with some clothing, firewood, metal parts, meat, stones, water, and wooden planks. Wooden planks and metal parts are the basic materials used for building. You can see here a work tent requires 7 wooden planks and 1 metal part. This is the basic housing for your people. So I'm going to set these up. Now you can adjust all your buildings in whatever 8 directions, however many directions that is. And so there you go. That's always fun. I'm going to go ahead and set these guys up. Like, I don't know if you have to crowd them together or not or anything, but I do want to leave room for roadways. So like we're gonna, I guess I'll put 3 like that. There we go. And then I'll leave enough room to basically make a road there. So we have 7 colonists right now. The way you get additional ones is by building, you know what I mean, by like having empty homes. So I do want to have maybe 10 of these little tents. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So that's we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll do 11 just to make a nice nice square over here. 10, 11, and you can see the little guys are busy working on it. We've got this guy who is a builder, and we've got the other guy who is a laborer. So you know what I mean? Like laborers will carry stuff, and builders will build things. Can I set? So they have a stance, an offensive stance, or a defensive stance. There we go. Does that change all of them to defensive? Great. Okay, so we definitely don't want an offensive stance, otherwise they will attack nearby animals. Having them attack nearby animals doesn't really do any good, and it ends up getting them injured. And like I said earlier, once you're injured, your health just continues dropping as you bleed to death until we get a doctor in town, and it takes a little while to get a doctor. I'm going to go ahead and close up our game tip here. We should get more. There you go. So here's our instructions on building our first town. We've already done that. I'm not sure what the STRG key is. I think that's supposed to be control. And then here's the thing about building a house. So we can place a building by building a house. You can tell characters what to do by selecting them and then right-clicking, telling them where to go. And there we go. We've got a lot of different buildings. We've got the tents. These are all the different homes. They go all the way up to a country house, which requires 30 settlers in our population. I believe it goes pioneer. Oh, okay. So it goes pioneer, settler, and then merchant. If we go to, these are like production or basic resources, lumberjack, stonemason, toolsmith. Oh, hey, look at that. We have finished our town hall. So, oh, no, we haven't quite finished it. We've almost finished it. Let's continue looking at the buildings. We've got a hunter, a well. We'll need a well soon. Grain farm, pig farm, cattle farm, and a fishery. There is a tailor, tinker, soldier, spy. Wait a minute. There's a weaving mill, sheep farm, which will allow us to get wool to weave. There's a butcher, which kills your livestock, a bakery, which makes bread, a mill. So this is a little odd. It says that the bakery makes bread out of wheat and water, and then this mill turns wheat into flour. And I don't see anything that uses flour, so I'm guessing that it makes it out of flour and water. And a distillery makes alcohol from grain and water. And then you can make guns and gold. And finally, there's churches and a stable and a toilet, which will be handy. Doctor, undertaker, cemetery, saloon, wooden church, sheriff's office, and a stone church. Final one. All right, so lots of cool buildings to make. We've opened up the bridge so we can get across the river if we need to. If we go to the city overview, we can get some basic ideas of crime and mood levels. our income level as well. We can set up our trading things. We're going to start trading here in a minute. This tells us what the different prices, sales, buying and selling. So that's pretty cool. Looks like a pretty good complicated economy. We've got the details on all of our pioneers here. We can open them up and then close them right back up too. There's our map. And there's trading routes, which I guess is how you move things around internally. Not quite sure how the trading routes work. Also not quite sure why our builder, where did our builder go? You get attacked by a bear or something? Why? Don't worry about those houses, builder. I need you to finish up this town hall. Hey. Why are you not, is the other builder working on it? Is he stuck inside the house? Where is my other builder? Oh, look at that. He is stuck inside the house. No, that's a laborer. There we go. Maybe that's why they couldn't finish it, though. Excuse me. Throat got a little phlegmy. Where did my... Uh-oh, it looks like this guy is being attacked by a wolf. All right, all you guys, attack that wolf. So, yep, a resident of Many Crossing needs a doctor. And he's going to need a doctor for basically the rest of his life. Uh-oh. Being attacked by a pack of wolves. I don't like that. Shoot. That guy's not really helping out much. There we go. Attack that wolf, guys. This guy's just running in circles. Oh, what's with the little cross here? Is that from the guy who died? Wait, has anybody... I don't think anybody's died yet, have they? Have we already lost a guy? I wouldn't like that. Well, so now we've got three. We're going to lose three guys here before too long because we've got 3 injured people. Although apparently not that guy. It must be the other one that's underneath him or something. And I love how they limp around and drag their feet when they're injured. That's cool. But yeah, losing those pioneers is a drag. Fortunately, it's not like a permanent issue. They will be replaced. You know, the game. Dang it! Finish up your town hall. Why? Because I need to buy more lumber from that trader. Yeah, game's in very early access. Lots of balancing and other things will certainly be addressed over time. There we go. Now we've got our final plank, and somebody will come and finish this thing off. And we're going to start our poor pioneers are going to start dropping like flies. And then we'll have to wait for somebody else to move in and replace them. And we don't have enough people to build a cemetery yet, so we're not going to be able to bury them. I'm not quite sure what happens when they don't get buried. Somebody come finish our town hall, please. Oh, there you go. It's finished. Great. Okay, so we're going to buy... We need more planks, because you need planks to build stuff. And we need... what do we have here? We have 15 stone, 25 metal parts. Don't need as much metal parts. As many metal parts? Anyways, we're going to buy 50 planks. I think that's good enough for now. The traders come by quite frequently. And this one, there we go. We've already got our 50 planks. That did not take long at all. We have $17,000. So we have a decent amount of cash on hand. And, dang it. A resident needs a doctor, yep, but nobody has died yet, but they will. Don't you worry. Don't get excited and think that people are going to survive, because they will not. Now, regular viewers, they know that I love the overhead view. Right now, the game does not have a lot of angle viewing possibilities, so it's not just my love of the overhead view that's keeping us in the overhead view. It is also a limitation of the early alpha, but that may change, that may not. Maybe they're going to keep it overhead. For me, that's fine. I like overhead view games. I'm not really one to get down into the details. I also like staying zoomed out. You know, you probably also know that. especially if you're watching on a phone. Here comes another trader. Luckily, we still have plenty of wood, so I don't need to worry about that. I think I'm going to put a little cut in here until, well, you know what? No, because we do almost have all these buildings built. What we need is more builders. We have plenty of laborers. So I'm going to set up our next building, which will be to produce logs. So we're going to build a lumberjack. We'll build it over here, kind of in the middle of these trees. Get out of there, bison. Don't need to worry about those bison attacking us. They're pretty gentle creatures. We have a new building available, which is our stonemason. We've opened up a well, which is great. We definitely need a well. I'm going to go ahead and set that up maybe right over here so we can have access to water. Oh, that might not be the best spot for it, actually. I'm going to cancel that. There we go. And we're going to set it up here where there is going to be more water available. I would assume in the green area as opposed to the brown area that there would be more water. All right, there we go. So we'll build a well over there. Yep, a resident has died. He has to be buried on a cemetery. Well, hopefully I mean, it's going to be a little while before we get access to a cemetery, unfortunately. There are not enough workers. Well, I'm trying, Mr. Narrator. Hey, there goes a train. But they just drive by right now. We don't have a thing. And run over that deer. That deer managed to hop through the train as it was passing by. That's one agile deer. It looks like it's getting to be nighttime. Not entirely sure how the passage of time goes in this game. What do we have in the message log? Yep, just residents dying and whatnot. That's okay. We are up to 10 residents, so that's cool. Look at I like the lighting effects. We've got a bunch of horses standing outside of our town hall. That must be from new residents. How are we doing on our buildings? Our lumberjack building is still under construction, and our well has not even been started yet. So I don't really want to start any additional buildings. Yeah, so I think I'll put a little cut in here and we'll come back when I have a little more stuff built up. All right, we are back and I have built a few more buildings. Let's take a look at what I've done in the meantime. We have our stonemason here. Our fellow is gathering stone from this quarry. Now, one thing I've noticed is that the quarry amount seems to be broken. It always says 7. You can see over here, quarry amount 7. Not a big deal. We'll find out over time. One thing I really like is you have your little worker inside the quarry, right? And you can tell him where to work. So right now he's working on this one, but if I wanted him to work on this one, it'd be easy. I just click on it. So right now I've got him set to work on here. You just click on the little bullseye thing and it changes his working area. We have our warehouse here where we are storing logs and water. I've started construction on a sawmill, which will help us produce wooden planks because we definitely are going to need those. I've bought some stone and some more wooden planks in between episodes. We finished up our well. It looks like we have the capacity to do 569 waters there. I guess that means he's 2/3 of the way to gathering a water. I'm not really sure. And I have built a number of wooden shacks for people to live in, so a nice step up from our worker tents. So we can attract some new people. We have our first level church to meet everybody's religious needs, or to try to anyways. And a few more shacks over here. I think that's it. So we've got a basic start to our economy. We've got the production of planks and stone. So we do not have the production of metal parts. What do we need to produce metal parts? A toolsmith makes metal parts from iron and coal. So we would need, that one's probably going to be a little more complicated. I think the iron and coal is in here. So a coal mine requires plank, stone, and metal parts. And then of course it would require a source of coal. I'm not really sure. I mean, there we go, a coal mine over here. So that's a long ways to go to get coal, and there's bears on the way over there. So we might need to import coal for a little while, or just continue importing parts. There's another coal mine over here. That one's a little closer. And there's more bears. So we would probably want to have, I'm not really sure. Well, we can't really get weapons production. I guess we could buy weapons. We have spent a lot of money. We're already down to $8,000, so we can't buy stuff indefinitely. Anyway, so that's coal, and then we also needed iron. Iron. So iron mine, and then we would need to make iron bars, and it just melts iron. So I'm not sure. Is that an iron? Nope, that's more coal. So we've got a couple of coal mines, and there's got to be a source of iron around here somewhere. There we go, iron mine, very nice. And again, the threat of bears is my primary concern. But it looks like I don't think that's too unreasonable for people to go to. Another thing I noticed, just like in Ostriv, the people make their own roads as they walk along, so that's really fun. Always good. I'm not sure how long they last, but that's reasonable if they fade away over time. That's actually more realistic than in Ostriv, where they stay more or less permanently, or maybe they fade very slowly over time in Ostriv, but either way, it seemed like they were not going away too quickly in that game. We still have plenty of planks. Are we done with all of our other buildings? So, no, we still have some. Oh, okay, but we have all of our planks over here for this shack. We're up to 18 population. We're opening up new buildings left and right. We've got the grain farm and the pig farm available to us. I should build a hunter here soon. I want to wait and get that get our plank, our sawmill going, because we definitely, like, we're producing a bunch of logs, and it's not much good to us without. These guys are not very good about emptying out the production of their you know what I'm saying? There we go. Right when I say it, they do start emptying it out. So they seem to be pretty slow at emptying out their production of the buildings. Do these stack in 5? Nope, they don't. Great. So we can store 9 items. I'm not sure how many of each item, though. Only time will tell. And if we look at our sawmill here, it is coming together. You can hear the little guys hammering away. That guy's arm, look at that. Bam! He is one fast hammerer. So they're making good progress on the sawmill. 87, 88, 89, 90. It's almost there. I just want to see. There we go. Great. Now it's done. All right. So a worker inside the sawmill. That's how you get those planks made out of logs. So we are caught up on our log production. Oh, we need more firewood. And we're going to need that for winter. No question about it. That would be the woodcutter, turns logs into firewood. So we'll place him over here, right, well, there we go. We'll place him on this side of the sawmill. There we go, right next to the warehouse. So nice, easy transport of logs from the warehouse to the woodcutter, just like with the sawmill. And I'd say we have a pretty good start of our little town. Now, we're going to need food, so I'm going to go ahead and set up a hunter as well. And we had plenty of buffalo around here. There they are. You know, I think I might set the hunter on the other side of the railroad tracks, just because, like, I want to kind of have our main industry and stuff on the inside, and then we can have the rest of it on the outside. And yeah, so there is the start of our town. I'm feeling pretty good about things. I hope you are as well. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've enjoyed this, maybe consider subscribing if this is your first time to my channel. Otherwise, click the like button and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And if this game looks fun, you can wishlist it on Steam. I don't know what the timing is. Oh, look, it's summertime. I don't know what the timing is for a release or anything like that, but I will put all the details I have in the description of this video, as well as a link to their webpage and the Steam page and all that good stuff. You know how I am. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I will have another episode up here real soon. I'll see you next time. Bye.